The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. And that is, I feel like, what we do in business a lot of the times, is continue along the same path, doing the same practices with the same behaviors and holding the same standards, and expecting that people around you, either clients, staff, suppliers, will change their ways. And that is, in the truest sense, the definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over and expecting there to be a change. The only way that we can actually make change is being the change ourselves. And that looks like, looks different for so many people. It might look like you holding a standard with your staff that you won't accept a particular behavior. That can cause a ripple, but it will eventually cause change. And it will hold the standard and it will hold the behavior to a higher level that will impact that and make the change that you're after. It could look like that you won't accept B and C, or like D grade clients, those really low level clients that all they want is money and they just push you to the very end and they feel like they suck everything out of you. You will make the change by not accepting that anymore. You can't just continue to accept those type of clients and hope for a different outcome and that you're going to have different clients at the end of it. The way that you make the change is listening to that pit in your belly that's telling you from the get-go, these clients are just going to be pains in the butts and I don't want to work with them. You need to listen and make that change and say, no, you do not fit into our schedule or the type of clients that we want to work with. Obviously, there's ways that you say that. Same with staff. There's always ways that you can manage that, and you don't need to be ruthless. You don't need to be rude, and you don't need to be aggressive in any way, shape, or form. All you need to do is know that you want to make that change and deliver it in a way that is respectful to you and the way that feels comfortable to you, and then watch the change happen. When you make the decision that you want to make change, that's when change will actually happen, because we are what we do on repeat. So if you have crappy clients on repeat, then you're going to have more crappy clients on repeat. If your staff walk all over you and they have no respect for what you do, that is going to continue. If you feel like you've got a really tight cash flow and you've constantly got no money, that is going to continue because you're doing the same things on repeat. We need to make the change to be able to see a different outcome.